Good morning, Ken. Can you tell us what you've done so far on your burger roll-ups?
So we've taken the croissant roll out of the packaging and laid it out on parchment paper, getting ready to cover it with meat.
And what did you do with the meat prior to?
So 1 pound ground beef, about a half an onion, little garlic powder, little Worcestershire sauce, and then just mix.
Okay, so that's now ready to go.
Yep, and we're going to put 1 pound of meat right on top of this.
And we are preheating the oven to 400 degrees. These will cook for 25 minutes, and I know it's hard to believe that the meat will cook that quickly, but it does. Trust me, nice and flat on the Pillsbury dough. Leave about half or a quarter inch on the edge of each. We like to roll them lengthways rather than widthways because then they're more of an appetizer size than a meal size. The other thing you're going to want to consider is putting out like a Big Mac sauce or a burger sauce and some bread and butter pickles. Goes perfect on top. Wait, Ken, we forgot the cheese.
Oh, sorry. That's right. I forgot.
Okay. So we also put shredded cheddar cheese on there. Of course, you can put whatever you like. We'll be back. All right, so we're back now, and Ken has put the cheese layer on, and we're ready to roll. Now, as I said, we're rolling lengthways because we want hors d'oeuvre size as opposed to more of a meal size. So when you do it that way, obviously you get more and they're a little smaller. So I have found that when we're doing this, you want to be able to cut them more easily. So we put them in the fridge after they're rolled. We roll them in the parchment paper. Also, as an aside, you'll see what Ken did there. If your dough tears a little, just kind of pinch it together. So you put them in the fridge so that they're easier to cut. So again, the oven is preheating to 400 degrees. That's it for prep, other than 15 minutes in the fridge wrapped in parchment. And then we'll come back and show you what's next. Okay, so Ken has left these in the fridge for about 15 minutes. And he's now cutting them. He's tried both with a straight edge and with serrated. And we're finding that serrated is better. I think the biggest key is to be sure that your pastry has been chilled. It's easier to cut. It's not quite as sticky. So he's cutting them in about 1-inch pieces and placing them on parchment on the cookie sheet. Out of a roll, you should get about 12. And they're going to go in the oven for 25 minutes at 400 degrees. Before you put them in the oven, do put a little sprinkle of shredded cheese on top of each one too. We happen to love cheese, so we do it, but it's not necessary. It's already in the roll, but I like putting a little more on top. Okay, we'll come back and show you the finished product. There you go, finished product. If we're real quiet, we may even hear them still sizzling. Yum!